Hello, I'm Liz Hill. Welcome to Podsnappery, the willful determination to ignore the objectionable or inconvenient, at the same time assuming airs of superior virtue and noble resignation. We explore things I find interesting, unusual, or annoying. So let's get down to it and spill the tea. Today we're talking about 11. Not that 11, the number 11.
11! The number of the day is 11! Wonderful! I love it! Yes, more balloons, more confetti! Oh boy, is this fun or what?
11 has a great deal of significance, and most of us take it for granted. Don't believe me? Well, check this out. 11 is the fifth prime number, and the first two-digit numeric palindrome. On the periodic table, copper, silver, and gold, our precious metals, are all found under group 11. 11 is the number of space-time dimensions in M theory, and as long as we're talking about space, Apollo 11 was the first crewed spacecraft to land on the moon, and a sunspot's periodicity is approximately 11 years. Cool, right?
11!
How about music? Well, the interval of an octave plus a fourth is called an 11th. A complete 11th chord has almost every note of a diatonic scale. The volume on the Marshall amps used by the fictional band Spinal Tap go to
11. Look, right across the board. 11,
I see.
11,
and most of
11,
the
and then
amps go up to 10.
Exactly.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
As impressive as that was, there's still more. The number 11, alongside its multiples 22 and 33, are master numbers in numerology, especially in New Age. In sports, there are 11 players on a soccer team, 11 players on a football team during play, 11 players on a cricket team on the field, and 11 players on a field hockey team. In the game of blackjack, an ace counts as either 1 or 11, whichever is more advantageous for the player. Being 1 hour before 12 o'clock, the 11th hour, means the last possible moment to take care of something, and often implies a situation of urgent danger or emergency.
What?
Right? It is a curious number, and yet an important one for this episode's topic. Now, let's go back in time in British history. In 1752 came the cry of, "Give us back our 11 days," otherwise known as the English calendar riots of 1752. The 11 days referred to here are the lost 11 days of September 1752, skipped when Britain changed over from the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar, bringing them into line with most of Europe. So here is some history for your noggin. The Gregorian calendar is today's international calendar, named after the man who first introduced it in February 1582, Pope Gregory XIII. Wow. Egotistical much? Before 1752, Britain and her empire followed the Julian calendar, first implemented by Julius Caesar in 46 BCE. What is up with men naming calendars after themselves? However, this calendar had an inbuilt error of 1 day every 128 years, due to a miscalculation of the solar year by, as strange as it may seem, 11 minutes. This affected the date of Easter, traditionally observed on March 21st, as it began to move further away from the spring equinox with each year's passing. To get over this problem, the Gregorian calendar was introduced. This is a solar calendar based on a 365-day year divided into 12 months, each month consisting of either 30 or 31 days, with 1 month, February, consisting of 28 days. A leap year every 4 years adds an extra day to February, making it 29 days long. Sound familiar? Yeah, I thought so. First to adopt the new calendar in 1582 were France, Italy, Poland, Portugal, and Spain. Turkey was the last country to officially switch to the new system on January 1st, 1927.
Took you long enough.
The Calendar Act of 1750 introduced the Gregorian calendar to the British Empire, bringing Britain into line with most of Western Europe. Its introduction, however, was not straightforward. It meant that the year 1751 was a short year, lasting just 282 days, from March 25th, the new year in the Julian calendar, to December 31st. The year 1752 then began on January 1st. There remained the problem of aligning the English calendar with that being used in Europe. It was necessary to correct it by, you guessed it, 11 days, aka the lost days. It was decided that Wednesday, September 2nd, 1752, would be followed by Thursday, September 14th, 1752.
What?
Claims of civil unrest and rioters demanding, "Give us our 11 days," may have arisen through a misinterpretation of a contemporary painting by William Hogarth.
Believe it or not.
His 1755 painting entitled An Election Entertainment refers to the election of 1754 and depicts a tavern dinner organized by Whig candidates. A stolen Tory campaign banner with the slogan, "Give us our 11 days," can be seen lower right on the black banner on the floor under the seated gentleman's foot. The Tories can be seen outside the window demonstrating. It's hard to see, but take our word for it. After all, it is a tavern. Clever, but no. The changing of the calendar was indeed one of the issues debated in the election campaign of 1754 between the Whigs and the Tories. It is also true that when the British government decided to alter the calendar and skip those 11 days, many people mistakenly believed that their lives would be shortened by 11 days.
No, 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 no!
People were also unhappy and suspicious at the moving of saints' days and holy days, including the date of Easter. Many people also objected to the imposition of what they saw as a popish calendar.
No, no, no.
However, most historians now believe that these protests never happened. You could say that the calendar riots were a late 18th century equivalent of an urban myth.
It never happened.
Not everyone was unhappy about the new calendar. According to W.M. Jameson, in his book Murders, Myths, and Monuments of North Staffordshire, there is a tale about one William Willett of Endon. Always keen on a joke, he apparently wagered that he could dance non-stop for 12 days and 12 nights. On the evening of September 2nd, 1752, he started a jig around the village and continued all through the night. The next morning, September 14th by the new calendar, he stopped dancing and claimed his bets. Interesting related factoid, the tax year in Britain starts on the unlikely date of April 6th rather than January 1st. But why? Well, the official start of the year on the Julian calendar used to be Lady Day, the 25th of March, and this was also the official start of the tax year. However, the introduction of the new calendar and the loss of the 11 days in 1752 meant this date was changed to April 5th in 1753 to avoid losing 11 days of tax revenue. Another change was made to the date in 1800, as this would have been a leap year in the Julian calendar but not in the new Gregorian calendar. So again, the tax year was extended and the date changed to April 6th, where it remains to this day. Further proof of the brilliance of Benjamin Franklin, who once wrote, "Nothing is certain except death and taxes."
Oh, but I've more to do than stand here listening to you quote yourself.
No, that was a new one.
So, the willful determination to ignore the objectionable or inconvenient, at the same time assuming airs of superior virtue and noble resignation. That, my friends, is Podsnappery. Thanks for watching. I'm Liz Hill. Remember, get your facts first. Then you can distort them as you please.